In this video, we're going to continue working with our text functions, but we're going to add a few extras to them. So if you look at the data, in column A, this is your original data, and you'll notice that there are some special characters, some non-printing characters, some extra spacing. Some things are uppercase, some things are lowercase. So we're going to work at a way of kind of straightening all this out so it can be actually useful. So the first function, so we'll go over here to B2, is going to be the clean function. So you type in equal clean, and it has just one argument, the text. So we'll click on A2. And what that does is it gets rid of any of these extra weird characters. I'm just going to copy this down. So you'll see any of the special card symbols, all that stuff, that's torn out. The next function is the proper function. And this one actually will take and do the initial capitalization. So equal proper. And now we want to make sure we click on B2. Again, just one argument. And we'll hit enter. And then what that does is it just gives us our initial capitals. Now you'll notice that there is still some extra spacing. So that'll be our third function. This is called trim. It too only has one argument, which is the text. And what the trim does is gets rid of any extra spaces. It does not get rid of all spaces. A lot of times students have some confusion. It's like, oh, it's still giving me my spaces. It's going to give you one space. So if you had typed in 3 spaces, or if something had included multiple spaces, as you can see with the examples here, it just gets rid of all the extra spaces. Now it's smart enough to know that we don't want to start our cell with a space, so it does get rid of that. But the space between Canon and Simone, that one is retained, and the space between Simone and her zip code, or I'm sorry, the middle name, that is the letter Z, that's also retained. Now I don't know if there's any extra spaces at the end, but it would also remove all of those. So those are just basically the 3 functions that you can use to kind of clean up your text. Now here I did it in 3 steps. I'm going to just borrow column E for a moment. I could have done it within one. So I want to start with the clean. Again, make sure I choose A2. But then I want to add to clean, I want to add proper. Remember, we can always do extra functions within functions. And then I want to do trim. And then I want to... So you'll remember when working with order of operations, if you have multiple parentheses within each other, you start from the middle and you work your way out. So here, this function we'll start with clean, then it will do proper, and then it will do trim. Now, maybe you did, okay, I'll do clean, and then within clean I'll do proper, then within proper I'll do trim, and you'll notice that it didn't quite work right. That this is a clue to flip them around. So now if I just copy these down, you can see that the text is the same. So here, I put these out as 3 different columns just to illustrate working with these 3 functions, but you could combine them all as one. So that is working with the clean, proper, and trim function. The next video we'll talk about how we can extract that.